wanted
We'll
to
never know.
look more like.
It'll just be a conspiracy theory. For, I was like, just like in high school. Everything was a conspiracy theory. Oh man, did I love conspiracy theories in high school. Me and germ balls. Oh man, we would just do our I need to get him on the podcast. Germ balls would be definitely funny, man, to have on the podcast. He's hilarious. He would definitely give you guys a laugh at the stories that we had in high school. Man, let me tell you the things I did. Things that I did, man, was just ridiculous. Time that I remember, I don't know why I decided to do that. But I decided to grab a tennis ball. Some flammable liquid called lacquer thinner. Lacquer thinner is a paint removal liquid that it's really strong and it's used to remove paint from cars. I took it, I sprayed it all over the tennis ball, and then I had a lighter, lit the tennis ball on fire, thought nothing of it at first, and was like, oh yeah, I could put it out. As I'm trying to blow the fire out, it's not going out because I actually drenched it in lacquer thinner. And so, as I'm trying to blow it out, the fire is still ablazing in my hand. So I try to I don't know why. I was like, alright, I know what will make it go out. Wind. If I throw it hard enough at the ground, the force and velocity would put the fire out. Well, I just beam it to the ground, forgetting logic exists, and it's a tennis ball, and it's gonna bounce, and it's going to bounce wherever it feels like. And with all my might, I throw this tennis ball to the ground. The tennis ball flies in the air. The teacher sees this flaming tennis ball shooting in the air, and I managed to grab a hold of it again, and I'm trying to put it out, and then the teacher is seeing me. He's like, hey, and I couldn't put it out, and the tennis ball flew. It went from where I was standing all the way to the other side, inside of this, behind this paint booth, because I was in this automotive class. I took this automotive class, and we had an auto body shop where we used to paint and fix our cars, and it went right behind the paint booth, and it was still on fire. Meanwhile, bouncing, leaving trails of fire everywhere it goes, leaving just little stamps of tennis ball lacquer thinners with flames still igniting from the lacquer thinner. I'm just like, oh, wipe that off. And I get to the tennis ball in the corner that it got trapped in. I pick up the ball. It's still on fire, but for some reason, I was managed to just muscle up enough lung energy and blow the thing out. And the teacher comes running where the tennis ball lands. And he's like, hey, what is that? What happened? I was just like, I looked at him like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, the fireball. I was like, yeah, there's no fire over here. I literally tried to pretend like the tennis ball was not on fire. Meanwhile, everyone's seeing this flaming fireball flying all over the place. But before all that happened, I took the fireball and I threw it at him. I don't know why, what possessed me, but I was like, I'm just going to throw it at him. I threw it at him. The ball landed right on his chest while it was still on fire, so he thought he was on fire. So the ball bounced right off his chest. He's banging on his chest like an angry ape. He's like, oh. So that kind of was the distraction that allowed me to pick the ball back up and put it out. It was so hilarious. I only confessed because, man, the situation afterwards, I thought I was going to get expelled, but no, there was cameras, and no one checked the cameras because I just came up and confessed. I was like, yeah, that was me. That school was so ghetto, the freaking headmaster was just like, don't do it again. I didn't do it again, but I threw a flaming fireball at a teacher. and got away with it. That was quite crazy. High school was crazy.